We're living in a programmed reality, and it's time to wake up. If you analyze that movie, The Matrix, you begin to realize that the Matrix movie was really a documentary, a metaphor for our life here in the third dimension. Matter of fact, once you begin to get to higher levels of consciousness and you look around, you begin to realize, just like in that Matrix movie, most of the people you know are plugged into that artificial womb. You see, the term the Matrix is actually an ancient religious text. And what it meant was to be born, to come through the womb. And so you see that the writers of the movie, The Matrix, and the director decided to utilize that part of the scripture and text to emphasize that in the movie, to show that in order for you to wake up and become the true person that you really are in real reality, you have to go through the womb. And of course, we saw Neo was birthed out of that womb and he woke up in the real world, okay? Now, analyzing this, we have to begin to realize that we are living inside this matrix. It's a fractal holographic matrix of light. And that everything that exists here is nothing more than light slowed down to a particular frequency. So distance is an illusion. Matter is an illusion. Separation is an illusion. Even individuality is all an illusion. There's only one consciousness, and that is collapsing these frequencies into the illusion of this reality that we are experiencing. Matter of fact, the way that we experience this realm is based on our perception of reality on collected information. The mind is encased in complete darkness. It doesn't know what's going on the outside. But the mind says to its friends, hey, can you go out there and collect some information, some data? So the friends go out, touching, smelling, seeing, hearing, tasting, go out. They begin to collect data. They themselves don't really understand the data and can't decipher it fully, but they transmit that data back to the brain. The brain very quickly sorts it all out and projects a hologram as to what it believes is going on the outside, and you navigate this matrix based on a holographic projection from collected data. That's how you move around this realm. In actuality, we're probably not even going anywhere. It's like the holodeck on Star Trek, right? You're walking on a holo pad that moves you in any direction, but in reality, we're probably not even moving anywhere. Well, what's the point of this? The point is, if you take that as a metaphor for your real life, most people aren't going anywhere. Most people are living in this illusory world that really doesn't exist. It's a world that has been built up on belief structures, a world built up on ideology, a world built up on dogma, a world built up on programming code. And all this programming and this dogma and this ideology and these belief systems and everything else have been fed to us, have created this hologram that we're inhabiting. And from our perspective, we're calling this our life. This is where you have to now understand that you have created your own matrix. You have created a matrix within a matrix. It's like the Inception movie. So somebody on the outside of you, they will perceive you differently. Matter of fact, every person you know knows a different version of you. Every person you know, a totally different version. And then you have your own version of yourself. And from your perspective, from the inside looking out, you have created and built your own reality tunnel. And you're not even aware of it. And because of this or lack of awareness, you don't realize that you have a certain amount of control over your own reality because you're the one who built it unknowingly. But it all starts with understanding the subconscious programming, or really the subconscious reprogramming. You have to begin to understand, how do you tap into that subconscious programming that helped to assimilate this entire reality for you so you can break down that reality and then rebuild anew. Rebuild a brand new conscious kingdom where you're the king or the queen of that kingdom and you say what goes. Because you separate yourself from your thoughts and realize that you're the observer of your thoughts. You're no longer completely encased inside the actual hologram itself. You've separated, understanding that your mind is a multidimensional mind. We've been locked into this third dimension inside this avatar body, believing that This is the maximum that we have. But scientists at the Brain Institute realized through scientific studies that the brain connects to up to 11 dimensions. So if the brain is connected to higher dimensions of consciousness and higher realms, just like quantum computers are doing right now, then that means that we're not local. We're non-local to this third dimension. The mind is outside of space and time, which means that we have access to the past, the present, and the future all at once.